Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today and taking your time out to see what's new and Writable for 2025. I am Katie, and I am a Writable specialist with HMH. Today, we're just really excited for you to see some of the features and content that we do have for 2025, and really with a focus on some of our exciting AI tools. So with that, I will pass it over to our main presenter for today.
Another great way that Writable is using AI to help support your instruction is with our AI-supported teaching recommendations. So these will appear in any assignment that you use in Writable, whether you create your own assignment or rubric, whether you're using some of our core curriculum from HMH, or whether you're using a different material in Writable and from our Explore catalog. You will be able to go into the assignment and find teaching recommendations both at the top right corner of your dashboard as well as in this new teach area on the left-hand side. So what this is going to do is before you start teaching, we're going to take all the data that we've ever seen from your students in Writable, and we're going to give you some pre-teaching insights on how you might support instruction early in this assignment. For example, here I see that in my whole class mini lesson, I could just give myself a reminder on the importance of this skill and how to kind of achieve teaching if I were to do a deeper dive on responding to text with understanding. Here I can also see as I move further into the assignment in our differentiate tab, I can see I have 2 students who are below proficiency, and I have a set of materials that are going to help me support the 10 students that are meeting or exceeding proficiency. So no matter which student that you're helping to support, we're going to always call out the single most important rubric item that does need attention for these students here. You can also get to a full rubric review to remind yourself which students are on watch with each skill in your rubric. You can also pull PD supports here from our partners at Smeckens Education if you want a teaching tip and a reminder, a video of how I might teach a skill. New in Writable, you can actually use AI to generate writing exemplars that tie right to your instruction. So here I'm going to have a model exemplar of how a student might, if they were to respond to this prompt really with confidence and with proficiency, what that might look like. And I can also pull a working text, which is a little bit of a below proficient example that you could use to talk to your students in class about how might we improve this work. Finally, we're going to generate teaching scripts for you. These should feel like they're a reminder for you. You can take them, you can leave them, you can download and print them, put them in your own voice, of course, but it's going to give you an idea of how you might engage your students around this prompt and this material. And then last but not least, we always include practice recommendations. If your school or district is following a model of reteaching or independent practice that's differentiated, you can come in here and assign mini lessons or quick supports out to the students who need them most and get that additional practice before you move on to another genre or another unit.
On the dashboard, you will see draft scores at a glance in the student table. These scores are not yet shown to students, but give you, the teacher, an idea of how your students are performing. Click on Guide Grade in the left menu to take a closer look at the scores. If your assignment has a short response, you will see the suggested score below the student's writing. On the score, you can choose to keep the suggestion or click on a different option. Students will only see a score once you've clicked Submit Scores on the top right of the page. For extended responses, such as essays, you'll see a draft score percentage above the student's writing on Guide Grade. Click Review Submissions to see the full grading view and rubric details. In the rubric checklist, you will see a draft score for each rubric item. You can choose to accept those scores or click a different score to manually change it. Once you've reviewed the draft scores and left any additional feedback, click Submit or Submit and Next to save and share the scores with your students. Click Guide Grade on the left side of the page. Scroll down to view the suggested comment below students' writing. You can also click the Get AI Feedback button on the guide grade page to be sure that AI has run on the most recent writing. Want to make changes to the comment? Click the pencil icon to make adjustments. As a reminder, teachers remain in control of the feedback that students will see. Once you've made edits, or if you'd like to send the comment as is, click the send icon. Students will receive a notification of the feedback in their live conferencing chat and on their dashboard. Want to send multiple comments? Scroll back to the top of the guide grade page and click Send AI Comment Suggestions to send all comments with a single click. For extended responses, you can see an overall AI comment on the guide grade page as well. You can edit and send this overall comment from the page. Click Review this submission to open the grading page, and here you'll see rubric item specific comments. The comment below each rubric item is based on the student's writing and the rubric skill. Click into a comment to edit it. Don't want to use the comment? You can click on the light bulb icon to turn off AI grading for that rubric item and remove the comment altogether. Then you can still write your own comment. While grading, teachers can also highlight text in the student's writing and leave inline feedback, tying specific phrases to rubric items.
In addition to AI suggestions and scoring suggestions during teacher grading, a teacher can also choose to turn on and enable more AI support for the student to build student agency during writing and revision. Once a teacher has decided to enable Revision Aid and Grammar Aid, a student will be able to edit their work on demand and use generative AI to help. Here we're seeing Grammar Aid, which is going to light up different grammatical, punctuation, and syntax errors as the student writes. All the student has to do is hover over a word. In this case, successful is misspelled, and click to fix it. The word fact here is a grammatical or a punctuation error. Maybe they would rather use a plural, and it will explain why, and they can click to fix it. And finally, yellow will kind of go through a syntax or stylistic suggestions, and always the student is supported with an instructional tip on explaining a bit further why the word that, in this case, may not be needed. Generative AI comes into play for a lot of our schools and districts where they want students to be able to learn to interact with AI more, proactively. And so this can be done with Revision Aid. Here you're seeing that a student has already asked the AI to give them some feedback. They have 3 chances to ask generative AI for feedback on this paper. They've used one of their chances. The feedback will come back. It will definitely mirror things in the rubric. It will talk in student-friendly language. And if a student needs information from the teacher on what this means, maybe they don't understand the feedback or they'd like to get into more of a conversation with a teacher about the feedback, they can click, I don't understand this feedback. At HMH, we always keep a human in the loop. So even if a student is using a generative AI feedback mechanism like Revision Aid, the teacher can see all this feedback and can join right in on the conversation when the student needs them. Now here, this feedback is asking the student to think about adding more specific moments in the story that could help illustrate the author's change in perspective. All a student has to do is come back into their paper. Perhaps they're going to add a little bit more specificity from their knowledge of this memoir that they just read, and they're going to cite their evidence, and then they're going to basically submit their latest draft. Once the student submits another revision and they want to get more generative AI feedback on their writing, they can click the Get Feedback button again. This will ask Ty, who's our generative AI assistant, to consider the new writing, the new changes that I made in my writing, and it will repopulate the generative AI feedback so that the student can continue through a revision.
Writable's authenticity tools support teachers in verifying that student work is an accurate reflection of their writing abilities. We will cover key tools, including authorship alerts and draft history, AI detection, and originality check. These tools, combined with the teacher's understanding of their students' abilities, can help make informed evaluations of student work. Let's take a look at authorship alerts and draft history. Authorship alerts identify if students have copied and pasted their work or typed it directly within Writable. Authorship details can be found on the assignment dashboard, where you can check other typing and editing actions. To investigate further, clicking on the draft history on the grading page will give you a timeline of revisions, enabling you to track how a student's writing evolved over time. Using the draft history, we can view detailed draft changes to understand the student's writing process. Next, we have AI detection, powered by CopyLeaks. This tool highlights portions of text that may have been generated by AI. AI detection reports are also available in the assignment dashboard. But note that only writing with suspected AI will provide a report. It is important to note that these results are not definitive, but serve as a prompt for further review. Use this tool in conjunction with your understanding of the student's writing style and abilities to make an accurate evaluation. Next, we'll look at Originality Check, powered by Turnitin. This tool identifies similarities between a student's work and other sources, including online content and other student submissions. Click the similarity score on the assignment dashboard to show the percent of text that matches, and more details about the sources. If students have copied from another student in your school, you will also be able to view those similar submissions. Authorship alerts, draft history, AI detection, and Originality Check provide a comprehensive approach to evaluating student writing authenticity. Remember, they are designed to complement your judgment and understanding of each student's abilities when drawing conclusions.
Here you have two options. You can provide a topic to get an AI-generated prompt, or you can write your own. To get an AI-suggested prompt, type in a topic of your choice and then click the arrow. After the AI runs, you'll see a few prompts that are aligned to your grade band. Read through the suggested prompts and then select one. If you don't like any of the prompts, you can modify the prompt and rerun the AI generator for new choices. Once you've chosen an AI-generated prompt or written your own, you will be taken to the assignment wizard. Step 1 is to double-check the prompt that your students will respond to. Feel free to edit or add additional details and/or instructions if needed. Next, you will need to choose a skill. Skill tracking in high fives allows you to see what areas your students need support in and track their progress over time with reports. The third step is to decide whether or not you want students to do an anonymous peer review with a think, respond, and share option. Please note that you can always add peer review to an assignment after it's been assigned. Lastly, give your assignment a name and click Finish. You will then be taken to the Manage Assignment page where you can assign the high five to your classes. Type in the topic of your assignment. The more details you add in this prompt, the better the AI will be at drafting an assignment to suit your instructional needs. Then select the number of questions you would like the assignment to have. You can have up to 10 multiple choice questions, 5 short responses, and 2 extended response questions. Additionally, you can choose the genre for your extended response questions. Next, decide if you want to include AI-generated reading in your assignment. If so, check the box and then decide the genre of the reading and how long you want it to be. Additionally, you can generate readings at 3 different proficiency levels to support all readers. Click Next to generate your assignment and readings. Under the Content tab, you'll see the title of the assignment and prompt. Here, you'll be able to preview the questions and answer keys and see which skill is tracked for each question. You can also make edits to the questions and answer choices. Switch to the Reading tab to view the different AI-generated texts. When you're ready, click Create Assignment. You'll then be taken to the Manage Assignment page where you can assign this AI-tailored knowledge-building assignment to your students.
You know what time it is. You may be starting test prep with your students this month, maybe in February. We have added test prep assignments to our featured assignments page on the Explore page. Once you go to state assessments, you'll find your state, and then you can preview all of the different state test prep practice assignments that we have ready to go for you here in Writable, created and vetted by humans. Once you find an assignment that you would like to look into further, you can click into the assignment, maybe copy it. I'm going to preview this to see exactly what my students will see before I copy it to my assignments. This is an English 1 assessment information text set for the Texas Star. So I can preview all of the texts within the text set. I can review the extended response question. I could change that prompt if I wanted to, but I'm just going to copy it to my assignments and then go in to manage my assignments.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today to learn more about what's new in Writable and our use of AI to support your prep, instruction, and feedback. Just a reminder that at HMH, we believe that transformative learning experiences always prioritize human connection. So we're here to support your classroom conversations around appropriate positive AI use, and we hope that you see that we're using AI to build teacher confidence and insight as they move student writing and learning forward. We're always happy to share that something new, and that is that Writable is now ZDR approved by OpenAI, which means that zero data is retained. That's what ZDR stands for. Zero data is retained and used by our partner OpenAI in the features that you saw today. And as always, we know that your teams need to step into AI decisions with intention, so we will allow you to enable or disable any of the features that you saw today. Go ahead and contact a member of your Writable or HMH teams to set up time to align our programs to support your AI journey. We are definitely here to help. Thanks a ton.